Okay, here's my pitch tutorial on how to make pitches. So in this tutorial I will currently be teaching you how to make pitches with Melodyne and not T-Paint or anything, but I will make another tutorial on how to make pitches with T-Paint. But for now I'm going to show anyone that doesn't have any other programs and only has Melodyne and FL. I'm going to show you how to work with it. So you see this sample? Baby, can you move? So first, you need to render the sample. Here you create a loop region, but before you render it, and make sure the render loop region only is selected, so it'll only render that part. Then once you get the sample, open your Melodyne, then drag and drop your sample on Melodyne. And here's what I'm gonna do. So I highly do not recommend you stretch your sample here. And go to this thing right here, and then put these parameters all the way up to the max. Then go here, go to pitch modulation tool. Try to make it as flat as possible. Then you're gonna want to set it to the C note that's closest to the sample. So you see if I select it here, right here is good. Then once you do that, I do not recommend stretching the samples here, because they never really sound good if you stretch them here. They sound pretty fake. Once you do, you're gonna want to go to FL. And once you do that, just simply look for your sample. It might come out really short depending on the length of your sample. For me, it came out pretty short. So if you want to stretch it, I recommend doing it here, like in John Quack's 2018 pitch tutorial. But here, you can do whatever you want to enhance your sample. Not like make it sound better with effects, but you can make it sound cleaner and a lot of things. You can, over here, you can normalize the audio. So if you want to stretch it, you can go to click Alt T, and then it brings up this window. So over here I have my settings to method E2 speech, and make sure not to mess with. I don't recommend messing with these. I recommend leaving them alone. I just want you to mess with this. I just want this parameter to be moved. You can preview what it sounds like by clicking this button. The higher it is, the slower the sample is. So don't make it that overstretched. Just make it a little like extra, just to make it easier for you to loop it. Baby, can you move, please? Click Control L. As you can see, I was able to make a smooth loop with that. Now it's looped. Now it sounds great. And if you're wondering if sometimes it won't sound good depending on what your sample is, but you could just cut out the tidbits that you don't want in the sample. But if you want to adjust the loop, it's easy. Because when you bring up this, see what you like. And if you don't, and if you hear like a click at the beginning of your sample, there's an easy way to fix that. Well, there's two ways to fix it, but one way that's pretty useful is go right clicking the audio waveform, go into tools, then you click in, then it's not gonna have a click. Then once you're done editing your sample in Edison, you're gonna want to click this button with the paper and the cursor. You're gonna drag it onto the sampler where your original sample was. Then it's gonna bring it up here. It might sound like this, like it won't loop, and there's a way to fix that. You just bring up the crossfade like this and then pull it back. Then it's gonna sound like it. And then you can make an easy pattern. Now the sample sounds like something someone would make in T-Pain, and then you could EQ the sample. Then you can add your effects. I'm gonna add OSL chorus. Then I'm gonna pull it down. Then delay. Then my reverb.
Jeez. I'm not trying to bully you.
Okay, that's how you make a pitch in Melodyne and FL.